Hi, I'm Matthew. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to have a confession and a shave video. Real quick, I'm going to wet my face. I've got a lot to talk about in just a little bit of time during the shave. So let's get right to it. And today's shave soap is by 345 Soap Company, and this is Aces Over 8. Now, this particular soap set is going to be very interesting, I'll say that. And there's a little bit of a story behind the name, or so I believe, and maybe it's just me reading into things. This soap is not released yet, so I can't tell you what it's going to say on the website. But this is a nice, very nice scent. It's tobacco forward. There's some sandalwood in there, vanilla, and a bunch of other things. My nose is not really that sophisticated to pick out every little thing. Here is the pour. I do want to say thank you to John over there. He sent me this soap along with the matching splash. And I'm going to have to confess right now, it's not Sunday. I just couldn't wait. I wanted to shave with this. So it's actually late Saturday night. So there you go. Now you know. Whew. All right. Wow, this is a nice scent. Now, I had my wife smell it, and her nose, I think, after COVID, has done the opposite of what most people have it. Their sense of smell deteriorates, but her sense of smell has really gotten very, what will I say, what's a kind word, heightened. Her senses have heightened on her sense of smell. And I have that whipped up in my Captain's Choice copper bowl, and I'm using my beautiful Trotters Handcraft brush, and I figured this kind of matched the 8 on the logo on the shave soap. And let's go ahead and get lathered up here. So her nose, for some reason, is probably picking up more of that vetiver scent and the smokiness. I don't know, maybe the sweetness, but for some reason, she thought it smelled more like baby powder, but that is not what I'm picking up. I told her she needs to go check her nose. Anyway, it is a very nice soap. I like his base. It's very slick. You can see it's got plenty of loft to it. And I used 1/4 teaspoon and probably somewhere around 13 to 14 milliliters of water. And today's razor is going to be this one. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? This is the Apollo Light by Helix, and that's what I'm shaving with today, along with the Gillette Silver Blue. Now, you guys know that I was in the military for a while, did some things, and one of the things I did sometimes was a little bit of reconnaissance. You may just go out and check things out or gather detailed information. Well, I got some detailed information the other day. It's about somebody, and I'm not sure who is spearheading this. It could be my wife, or it could be one of my other viewers. Belinda, was it you? I'm not going to say, don't worry, but I heard, I saw, I watched, I observed, and I gathered this detail of 7 nurses watching my shave videos. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to tell Alyssa. But if you're having problems finding my videos, please subscribe, and when you do, you'll get notifications. Okay, so I'm not going to beg for subscribers. I'm just telling you information. All right, so let's go ahead and get the shave on. I've warmed the razor up. Here we go. Pass number 1 with the green. And that razor is making lots of noise today. 2 days worth of growth. Let me just make sure. I did something crazy here. Let me rinse this out. I'm talking and not watching what I'm doing. See? And, you know, my ears aren't that bad. But for some reason, the tolerances are so tight on this thing. Let me just let you take a look. See that side? If you're not paying attention, you can do something like this. See? I'm keeping it real. Speaking of real, I'm going to talk a little story here. And this has to do with the name of this soap. Aces over 8. There, I got it fixed. And in poker terms, that could be or is called the dead man's hand. That's better. Whew, about shaved all the skin off my face. So anyway, back in the day, we'll go back to cowboy western days. There was a guy by the name of Bill Hickok. You might have heard of him, Wild Bill. So Wild Bill was a lawman, a gunslinger, and a gambler. And he was one of those guys that was kind of strategic. Typically, he would sit with his back up against the wall so he could look out and survey what's going on. Because in those days, things were a lot different. Even though he was a lawman, I'm not going to say he was a perfect man. Because he was a gambler. Sometimes things happen. And it just so happened during one of his poker games, he was playing, and I can't remember who it was. There, I think the guy was a, what was his name? I can't remember. Anyway, I believe he was a boat captain, and they were playing, gambling. And for some reason, this particular day, old Wild Bill decided to go against his normal strategies, which in the military, that's where we call complacency. You get so used to doing one thing and you veer off from that particular thing. And that's when you're going to get in trouble. All right, so during this time, this guy by the name of, I think it was Jacob. Was it Jacob? Jacob McCall or Jack McCall. Don't know exactly why, and maybe there's more to the history, but I'm just keeping a short story. He slipped into the saloon, walked right up to old Wild Bill behind him, pulled out his revolver, and there ended old Wild Bill. After the gun smoke cleared and all that good stuff, of course, old Wild Bill dropped his hand. And it was to be said, and they don't know 100%ly because the boat captain that I was telling you about, when the bullet went through old Wild Bill's head, it actually hit the boat captain in the hand. And I don't know, I've never been shot in the hand, but I can't imagine that he just peacefully put his hand down. So he may have threw his cards, but as the legend has it, Wild Bill was holding 2 black 8s and 2 black aces. And it probably took quite some time because, you know, word getting around would take a while back in those days. That's where it was deemed the dead man's hand. Well, wow, I got through the talk and the shave without killing myself. No blood, no weepers. Let me get cleaned up with some cold water and I'll be right back. Did you notice in the beginning of the video, I had showed my Southern Illinois basketball shirt? Well, one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting is whenever I had looked up Wild Bill, just to verify my information, I'm going to use the matching splash. It said he was from Illinois. It's crazy. And depending on where you're from in Illinois, or Illinois, depends on how you say the name. And I'm not talking about Wild Bill. Oh yeah, I like the scent on the splash a lot more, and I need a little bit more, speaking of that. Nice. Take a little look at my notes over here. see if I said everything I was going to talk about. I haven't used any of the new splashes from 345 Soap Company, but I can tell you, I feel like the ingredients have changed a little bit, because I like the feel of that more than some of the original ones I had. And I'm talking about ones from a couple of years ago. Star jelly to finish it off. A little bit of menthol. Well, if you guys have made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you. And for everyone that is a returning viewer, thank you very much. If you're new here, take a look around. I'm sure you'll find some videos. I've created a few playlists to help you navigate through my channel. And I would like to say thank you, John, for sending me that soap. Excellent soap. I love it. I can't wait to share it with everyone that watches. All right, you guys have a great rest of your weekend.